A lot of black women would say, why do you call him daddy? Because he's raising me. He's raising me. My father probably stopped giving me what I needed when I was around 13 years old. So now you got a woman that's 13, and now I'm 35, and now I got a bunch of money, what we consider to be a bunch of money. Let me just be real clear about that, okay? Now I got this money. Now I'm taking care of everybody. Who gonna check me, boo? Who gonna make me grow up? But when that man, when we were just best friends, and when we got together, this is what he said to me. He said, when we were best friends and you were married to other men, you were not my responsibility. You were my sister, but not my responsibility. As my wife, you are my responsibility.
Let me tell y'all something, okay? You see, Monique was already kicked out of the sisterhood from, when she called out women from wearing bonnets in public and talked about the importance of your appearance outside. The sisterhood was already halfway done with her from that. But you see, her explaining this story about, why she has such an esteem for her husband. I mean, you could just go ahead and just say that they locked the door and threw away the key. Okay, there is no Uno reverse to get back into the sisterhood after this one. They are done. The worst thing that you can do to get exiled out of the sisterhood is, number one, talk about the things that they do and be not be in agreement with it, whether it's their actions or whether they dress, whether they do things. Talk about class. It's another way to get kicked out of the sisterhood. Another thing, which I think is number one on the sisterhood list, is talking about respecting and esteeming your man in any kind of way. I mean, that is like a first class ticket to you don't belong to us no more. Like, it's over. It's completely over. When I saw this clip, I didn't see anything wrong with it. I didn't see the big uproar. When I looked into the comment section, the sisterhood, they kept up business as usual. Okay, the comments were full of, oh, this is so disgusting. What kind of, incest, this and that. Oh, tell me you got daddy issues without telling me you got daddy issues. Oh, this is horrible. This is gross. This is that. I would never call him this. What do you mean you grown and you need to be raised? And this is the same exact thing that the sisterhood did to Beyonce. Okay, the queen. Their queen. This is the same exact thing that they did to her when she was young and she had a birthday tribute. I'll link the video to the end of this. And she was talking about how he helped her become a woman. So you have somebody like Beyonce who's saying that, and now you have Monique who's saying that he's raising me. This is two very different types of women. So you mean to tell me that it's impossible for a man to assist a woman in her growth and becoming the woman that she is supposed to be? So these two people lying. These two people crazy. That's what y'all trying to say. What I love so much about what Monique is saying, and you know what, I also, before I get into that, I just want to touch on the fact that, Monique used to be the queen of the sisterhood. I mean, when it comes to, her weight, she tried to make women who were thinner feel inferior. When it comes to the way that she talked about men, when it comes to the way that she treated men in the beginning of her career, like, she was at the head of the sisterhood. When you look back at the Queens of Comedy, I mean, it's stuff that right now I would cringe by even watching. Just because of the vulgar tone and the air of the things that are being said. When you see somebody like that get into a stable, committed relationship and you hear their tune spin, you need to listen keenly when they're talking. Because how is it that you did a very vast 180? How was that possible? Because you were so, against certain things and you completely changed. What is it? What I loved about what she said is that, she said that her father raised her all the way up until she was 13 years old. And from then, she took her 13-year-old mindset all the way up into being 35 years old. And, there's so many women who talk about, I'm grown. You can't tell me what to do. You can't stop me. I'm grown. I'm a woman. I know what I could do. I know what I can't do. I know what I'm doing right. I know what I'm doing wrong. Can't nobody check me, as Monique said. But you have a lot of women who are, you're old. You're considered grown in age. But when it comes to the level of maturity, you're still 13. You're still 15. You're still 16. Let's talk about it. The level of maturity where you felt like you got it and can't nobody tell you, and you feel like you're above anybody teaching you anything. You feel like you got it together so much that there's no one anywhere that can give you any bit of information because you just done it all, you've seen it all, you know exactly what you're doing in life. There's not a humble bone not even in your pinky. Because you got it all mapped out. You know everything. You know more than everybody in the whole world. When it comes to anybody having any kind of plans to do something, they should just call you because you know it all. Whatever age you felt that at, that's where you stay at. Because people with real knowledge understand that you can always learn. You'll never know everything. There's always the ability to learn and to grow. That's what life is. Learning, growing. A lot of the women who are so upset about this is because they don't want to be, they don't want men to look at this and feel like there's a standard or that men deserve esteem. Notice I'm saying the word esteem. Because I figure maybe that will resonate better than the word respect. Because when you esteem somebody, respect comes natural. I have to be honest with you guys. When I look at society as a whole, I think I've said this before, but I definitely have to say it again. Like, there's the women are just out here just doing anything, right? They're teaching each other. They're learning from each other. They're on their own, decenter men movement. We don't need men. We're the best. We are, God's gift to everything and everyone. As a matter of fact, we need to stop referring to God as a he because it should be a she because she is the best and she is the utmost. And not only are we better than men, but we don't need them. And there's no humility in sight. They're running each other nowhere. They're running each other to be single. Alone. Is that what you guys want? Because I'm starting to feel like maybe you guys want these women to be with you since you're lonely and you can't get on a man's page and you can't figure it out with a man. So y'all want to be with each other instead. And so you're recruiting. There's absolutely nothing wrong with a man being in his rightful leadership role leading a woman. There's absolutely nothing wrong with it. Y'all say y'all want to, all these men, ain't no masculine men. I'm tired of these men. I need somebody who could check me. I need somebody who can put me in my place, which again, we always asking the same questions. Why do you need to be checked? What's wrong with you? Why do you need to be put in your place? Why don't you know where your place is? But y'all always claim that's the kind of man that you want. And then when a woman speaks of her experience dealing with that kind of man, unapologetically, y'all got a problem. Oh, no, I could never. The only man I'm calling my dad is my daddy because he'll never get that out of me. I'll never have a man thinking he got that power over me. Which one is it? You want a leader or you want to be the leader? You want to be in the masculine role. Y'all talk about soft life. Y'all want the soft life or you guys want to be the one that's giving somebody else a soft life? Your homegirls. Ironically, if a woman is talking about a relationship with another woman, no women get mad about that. If a woman's like, yeah, my friends have really helped me be the best version of myself. My friend group, they have truly raised me. Women would be like, yes, sis, we need friends like that. The minute that a man comes into the equation, they be like, oh, absolutely not. Oh, no. I can't ever. I wouldn't dare. If a man says, oh, my wife has made me into the man I am today. Oh, yes, I need a man like that. If the woman turns right back around and says, he made me into the woman I am. Oh, no, sis, you be acting. So you didn't know what a woman was? Why do you need a man to do it? You grown. You should have been. I'm so confused by the sisterhood because you criticize women for growth. You criticize women for being in relationships and learning and evolving. You criticize all these things, but you say you love women, but you only love women when they talking about they want to be a 304, when they want to belong to the streets, when they want to, wear clothes that are very revealing, when they want to sleep around. That's the only time that you have that support for women. That's the only time you consider them sis. Oh, yes, sis. When they're out of control, when they're chaotic. That's the only time you got love for your quote unquote sisters. A lot of women, with what Monique is saying, a lot of women will never understand where she's coming from. And that's the utmost truth. A lot of women will never fathom where she's coming from because they will never be able to experience that type of a relationship with a man because they don't have, what's the key word? Humility. They'll never get to that stage. They'll stay in the circle. Doing the same things, expecting different results, dating the same type of person, running him away. They'll stay in that same, like a, what's that thing called? Like a hamster, just like a hamster wheel. Doing the same thing day in and day out, thinking they know it all. And then when you look at their results, you don't see anything. If you know it all, what happened? Why you ain't got it? Oh, because you don't want it. That's the next step. Oh, if I wanted a man, I would have one, but I don't want one. Okay, sis. Keep convincing yourself. I mean, to me, again, I love what she said in this video. Let me play this. Let me run this back one more time. Okay? I love this so much. I got to play it one more time.
A lot of black women would say, why do you call him daddy? Because he's raising me. He's raising me. My father probably stopped giving me what I needed when I was around 13 years old. So now you got a woman that's 13 and now I'm 35 and now I got a bunch of money, what we consider to be a bunch of money. Let me just be real clear about that, okay? Now I got this money. Now I'm taking care of everybody. Who gonna check me, boo? Who gonna make me grow up? But when we were just best friends and when we got together, this is what he said to me. He said, when we were best friends and you were married to other men, you were not my responsibility. You were my sister, but not my responsibility. As my wife, you are my responsibility.
Listen, another thing that I know that the sisterhood gonna be mad at is because, again, when she calls out that whole boss chick mentality, they got a problem. They got a problem because they want to be so embedded in that can't nobody tell me nothing. I'm the boss because of the amount of money that I have in my bank account. I'm the boss because of the things that I'm able to go into a store and buy. I'm a boss because of tangible things. But what about your character? You a boss of everything, but you can't control your temper. Girl. You the boss of everything. You a boss chick. You live in lavish. Can't control what flows out of your tongue when you're mad. Can't hold it together if a stranger cuts you off in traffic. Can we talk about it? It's more than, you know, there's so much weight put on finance when it comes to women being boss chicks and when it comes to women respecting men. But the thing is, you guys are so out of touch with your true feminine nature. You're so out of touch with nature in general. You can't even look past the the tangible things. You can't even think about the intangible. You don't even understand the weight that it carries. Being somebody that's leading you, guiding you, assisting you in being the best version of yourself. Women are chaotic in nature. Men are structured in nature. A man who is providing structure to your chaos. A man who knows how to direct your chaos. It don't matter, what the situation is. A man who is willing to lead and guide a woman who is willing to be led and guided. You could never understand the beauty of that. The importance of it. Because even if a woman comes with certain qualities, right? There's still going to be a level of growth needed for her to be moldable to her man. It's got to be a custom fit. You can have the basics. There's still some customization that needs to be done. So what y'all gonna do, ladies? Y'all gonna sit over there on the bench talking about, I could get in the game if I wanted to. I just like keeping the bench warm. That's what y'all gonna do? Are you gonna learn to take note so that you can participate? I would like to know what you guys think about this in the comment section down below. I would love to hear you guys' opinions on this video. Make sure you guys hit that subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. And I will see you guys in the next one. Love you.